Hello and welcome back to Scratchbook Farm Wheels. So today's Order Farm Week 35 Season 1. There's a lot going on. So obviously there's a bit of a delay. There wasn't a video last on the farm, and as in the script, it said in the description of the next video why that was, and that was purely because I dropped my phone. So I was getting out the tractor, slipped out my pocket, and a stone managed to miss the screen protector, and because there's a very slight gap between the screen protector and the edge of the screen, and it managed to hit that gap exactly and go straight all the way through the screen into the phone. So that's why it hasn't been working. But anyway, we'll get back to it now. So over here we've got all the straw stats up in there. We'll be feeding that to pigs soon. Not feeding, using that for pig bedding soon. They've got a bit at the moment, but we'll stack a bit of this in the contractor's shed in a bit. And then we've got all the tyres. Well, not all of them, but quite a few stats up there. Because we've opened the clamp, we were going to feed bales to start with, but it's going to be a bit of a pain for scraping up having this sticky out bit on the clamp. So we started it, and we've got the sided share on the Claas Scorpion telehandler, and we don't really like this telehandler that much. It was great when compared to the John Deere. It is still a lot better, but it's too big. It was great when we had it on demo. We had it out in the field. It was so quick, so much more powerful. But after having it around the yard for a while, we've actually been using the good old Kubota quite a lot more than the Scorpion. So it would be great if we were a big contracting yard. So like DJD Farming Life, he's got a big old contracting yard, so he'll be fine. He's got a telehandler similar size. But for us, we're not. This is just too big. It'd be great if we could afford to have it to sit in the shed for half a year and use it out in the field work and have another one for around the yard, but we can't. So I think we're gonna change it. It's gonna be a pivot telehandler because we still want something the same size, but we want something a bit more manoeuvrable around. So it's gonna have to be a second-hand one because we've had a few breakdowns recently, so we've had to spend out on them. And obviously this is gonna go straight back to the dealership. We still got warranty on it, so we'll get our money back from that. But with the spare, we're looking at a second-hand one at the moment. It's a Daichi loader, so it's not definite, but it might be coming. So yeah, the Scorpion won't be staying around for too much longer, which is a shame because it's a great machine. It would have been nice to have it more in the summer because we would have kept it for the summer to do the field work. We might end up hiring it back in because it is so quick, big and powerful for the summer jobs, but I can't see that happening at the moment, and it's no good for the winter. So over here the scraper tractor has had its first bit of work, and we're going to sell the blade on the front. It's just a pain. Every time you've got to switch over the hydraulic flow with these old tractors, so when you have to switch the flow gauges you've got to change the pipes over, and it's not very effective. So we're going to be selling that soon, and it also means the tractor's a bit more manoeuvrable. And then obviously we've got the scraper on the back. And then because we've bedded up, we've got some bales missing, and the good old McHale straw chopper did that well. And that's another thing, we might be changing the straw chopper eventually, because again, this one, it's a good chopper, but it's a very old one, and we've had a sprocket go in this the other day, so we've only sort of half bedded up. It's quite a thin bed, so we'll be doing that, bedding it up again soon. Had a sprocket go, and then also the teeth on the timing belt started to wear because it is a really old second-hand machine, so we might possibly be changing it eventually, but that's all for the future because there's going to be a lot happening in the next year or two. And then we got the bale spike, which is going to get sold. This is up for auction at the moment because we need a bigger one for when we have this, which obviously we're not going to be having this, but we're going to be the next telehandler. We're looking for the same headstock size, and we want a double spike. This is only a single spike, so that's up for auction at the moment, and we've got the guy coming to look at it somewhere in the week. So we've got Noah's Land Rover parts up. The side shares obviously out, so we push the log splitter back in there. Got sorghum seed and fur, and the clamp open of course, and then the cows are in, so they're all in. Got a little bit of silage along there. It's getting a bit of a mess by the clamp, which increasing only used to come out not to sort of that dent there, and it was hardly any of it, and this was only a small bit in front, so we're so glad we've done it. It's so much easier. We've got all the feed barriers in there. We are going to be seriously increasing our herd size. This is all going to go to cattle, so the Kubota get moved, be more feed barriers like that along. as because you can see along there where it's been bedded up thinly, so it get bedded up again as soon as the sprocket's fixed. But they're all happy in there, having a bit of silage. And then we've got Richard's pickup, and then he's just pulled out the welder. So the quad bike that got sent off to mount the sprayer, the small company that did it, they went bankrupt, so they got it half done and they couldn't afford to finish it. So because they messed us around a lot, they gave us a good price on just the tank, and now we're going to buy some cheap eBay aftermarket parts and finish it ourselves. So we've got the welder out ready to start, and then the Richard's pickup's back in for some parts, and then Lewis has given him a hand, got a bit of bar there that they're going to start using for the frame. And then it will take a while, but it'll be good because we can do it exactly how we want. And then up here we've got the Joskin trailer, the cattle trailer's out, you'll see that in a minute. There's Kane silage trailer, the grain trailer, the Eiffel Williams and the small dump trailer. Everything's in the shed, which is good. Obviously everything's parts up, the gate is in there. The Claas Arion hasn't been out on too many jobs recently with the drill, but it will probably not have any more this year, but it will definitely have a lot more in next year. So over here we've got all the attachments, so obviously the bucket, the pallet forks, and then the Kubota bale spike, which is normally there, we lent that to a friend at the moment, just because he's got his first tractor and he's looking at what different bale spikes he wants to get, so he's trying the one that's normally on the Kubota. We've got everything in here. And then there's a bit of tree branch here which will get cleared up because there was a bit of tree that blew down on it. And then over here we've got the big Massey and Mike's pickup in the shed there. And we've had a bit of a leakage here. We had a pipe go down there, so that's why the water's there. So that's been fixed now and that's just drying up. This is all ready for lambing. There's a bit of water that got in, but it's not too bad. And then this will get set up in lambing pens soon. Got everything in the field, the tanker and everything, all the silage bales. And obviously they came and fixed the headstock, and we got a couple more bales because they had to come and do that. And then the roller out there. The sheep are all getting on well, everything's going well down here. Then Connor's just going off to help move some cows with the cattle box, and this was going on well here. Well, down here obviously the cows are out of it now and it get chance to come back. The gates are open, and the Sunny's going out on a really big contract. Noah's driving the John Deere 6820 with the red water loader. It's got the grab. That side it's got the routing fork and the ripper, and it's got a bucket on it, and the harvesting head there and the fuel. So that's going out on quite a big tree job. And then we got the dumper in here back now from the job, and Jack's Land Rover, everything in here. And the roller has now sold to a hire company, so they said they give us a discount on it if we ever need to hire it back in. So that'll be going the next couple of days. And the forklift, we brought the saw in here just to keep it out of the weather a bit, because we've got room in the forklift. And then the tracks and the trenching bucket are there. And then Ian's just out here checking on the pigs, making sure they're all alright. And then out here we've got Aaron in the John Deere 3650 hedge cutting with the bonnet guard on. He's just going over all of that and doing it well. And then down here the JCB 8060 is out on a job. So that's out on a hire job. The horse box is still here. The Wiedemann loader is going tomorrow. And then so we've been getting paid for that, so they're going to come and collect that, but we're still getting paid to store the horse box here. And then the bale wrapper, which is ours, is still there obviously. And then over here we had a bonfire night to raise a little bit of money. We let some people use our field for a bonfire night. We made the bonfire and sorted that out, but because they've got the insurance and everything, they did all the fireworks and everything. And now we're just clearing up the bonfire, so you can see how big it is with all the ash. And then we just got Jack in the Yanmar. He's got the grading bucket to clear up after. He's got the big bucket on at the moment, loading up the Case Maxim and the NC dump trailer and just hauling the ash away. And then we're just going to bury it, because that's the best way to get rid of it. We've got some low spots in the field, so we've dug it out. The topsoil out of the low spot, we'll put that in and put the topsoil back on top. So that'll be good there. But Mick's yard, a lot's going on, so he's had quite a big job recently, so this is just the last pile of load he's bringing back to burn up. So you can see he's sold loads of firewood. All this was full and it's now clear. So he's sold loads of fire, which is good. He's got a few bits left stats up there, but he's had loads of orders. Now the weather's starting to get a bit horrible, so he's got the log grab on the skid steer and the processor on the back of the case and his chainsaw there. So the past week he had this job to take out an old hedgerow, so he's done that and now he's about to burn it up. His chickens are getting on really well, and then he's got his trailers there and he's thinking about putting a fence along there, so although there's a ditch there, people could still get across to possibly pinch the trailers, but at least he's got a gate up now, and he's thinking of putting a small footbridge across there just so it's quicker for him to get to his chickens. Anyway, we'll meet him back when he's lit the fire. So he's lit the fire now. As you can see, he's just standing back a bit. He's about to get a fire fork. So it's burning up nicely around the side. It's tearing through it. Fire's getting really quite massive now. So he just made it up a bit, so it's going well for him. He's burning through everything really quickly. So he's just making it up now. It's still burning. So he's just pushed it over and it's just catching again. There's quite a bit of smoke coming off of it. So he's just pushing that up at the moment. Up at Sean's yard, he's done it all now and cleared it all out. So he's soaked it down obviously and just piled it up, and he'll be clearing that away next week. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Obviously this fire I did do it safely. I wasn't stupid about it. It was very small and I had water right next to me all the time. I've said Mick a couple of times, which is where I got it stuck in my head, but it is definitely Sean, so forgive me for that. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Any questions you have, leave in the comments, and see you again soon.